5 worst startup companies. 5 worst startup companies in the entire world. Social media and news have seemed to have glorified the way startups work. People now believe that every small business idea that they come up with is a startup. However, they fail to enlighten upon the dark side of startups and how most of the startups fail. But which startups have failed recently? And why have they failed? What mistakes did they make? Continue watching the video till the end to know more. Starting with PepperTap, founded by Milind Sharma and Navneet Singh. This company is a marketplace for people to order groceries online at a much cheaper price. And the company also promises to deliver everything within 2 hours at the customer's doorstep. The company seemed to have raised massive funding of around $51 million. $2 million in just 4 rounds. This was only because the idea behind the company was quite promising. However, in April 2016, the company announced that they were pulling its shutter down. The reasons behind this were spending hefty amounts to acquire customers, losing money on every order due to heavy discounts, uncontrollable supply, and the product also faced numerous glitches and a lot of orders had to be cancelled. Next up, we have the TinyOwl. This was a food tech startup that seems to aim at creating value for all stakeholders in the food ecosystem that includes the restaurant owners, staff, suppliers, and consumers. Through the app, consumers were able to view each dish along with the chef's profile and order them easily. However, the company was shut down in 2016 since they had around 100 delivery boys, which they did not need. The founders were not clear about the core metrics they wanted to first improve on before scaling, spending hefty amounts in newspaper advertisements and other marketing resources. Moving on, we have iProf. iProf seemed quite promising since it delivers educational content, including videos, digitized notes, and practice questions on a 7-inch touchscreen. The product was priced at around $15,000 and is positioned as a supplementary learning module, which helps in giving the students a platform to revise what they have learned. This also failed since the schools were quite reluctant in accepting their study material. A lot of free stuff was already available on the internet. And finally, their rival Baiju's increasing popularity and market share seemed to have pushed the company into shutting down. Then we have Gozumo. This startup seemed to have tried to bridge the gap of information asymmetry and provide peer-to-peer transactions of pre-owned cars. Unlike other car portals, Zumo did not open up their marketplace to car dealers. Instead, they decided to only list cars after a thorough inspection. This startup also seems to have failed because they were not able to assign standardized prices to cars based on their conditions. And then for every 100 car models that they inspected, they could only sell around 20 of them. Also, the buy and sell automobile market in India was still relatively young and would take a lot longer to evolve. Thus, the company had to shut down. And finally, we have Loanmeat, a fintech startup backed by lending startup CrazyBee's CEO. Loanmeat's finance capital requirement, cash credit line, and channel financing in the range of 5,000 rupees to 500,000 rupees for short-term period ranging from 15 days to 9 months. The company had to shut back in 2007 since they failed to raise capital in the seed round itself. The company already had a number of competitors including Capital Float, LoanFrame, and Happy Loan, all of which are aggressive in the SME loan segment and have larger loan books. They also tried to raise funds further, but the investors were not quite convinced with the product as the lending would enable the market to be overcrowded with several deep-pocket players. That brings us to the end of this video. Do you find this video interesting? Do you have another failed startup in mind that could be added to the list? Did we miss out on anything? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. We would love to get to know your perspective on this matter. Let's discuss these in yet another video, so stay tuned. Well, that's it for today's video. We hope you've enjoyed watching it. If you've liked the video today, then do make sure to smash the like button and hit the subscribe button too. Don't forget to press the bell icon to never miss an update. With that being said, let's meet in another one of such awesome videos. Until then, see ya!